I think we might be here. You're live, it says. Okay. So that was the first scheduled live stream. Yeah, I just wanted to test it out because, as you know, my live streams are always a surprise. So, and this time I thought, okay, let's try and schedule it and see if YouTube somehow pushes it out to more people or whatever. So, but I see one thing again, as last time. The chat is not showing up on screen, even though it should. Let me try and refresh it. There we go. Okay, so scheduling a live event might not be super great for having the chat on screen. That's kind of annoying. What if I write myself test? Okay, but anyway, hello guys. Hello, Notad Time Lord 21, Ricky J, Guanaco, Keltusa, Helper Chen. I'm bad at names. Lucas Mulberg. Jørn Gaming maybe was in the chat while it was just doing the trailer thingy. Maybe I should make another we are starting live stream kind of trailer thing instead of just listening to this kazoo for half an hour. But anyway, it's not due to scheduled live. Nah, I couldn't. I don't know why. I can't see why that should actually happen. Okay, I also see that I have this. You can see here. Let me show you. So I have this running here where I can see, and you can see I started like here, and it's picking up now. So I don't know. It's kind of delayed. I don't know what they're doing with the live stream. The last 3 live streams or so have been weird and super not weird. The streaming part is fine, and the chat I can see here is I'm using OBS, so my OBS looks like this. So I can see you over here in the that whoa let me see. I need to so I can see the chat over here, and yeah, so that's all fine. So, and that part is going fine, but the chat I'm showing on the screen is actually from Streamlabs, and yeah, maybe it's them that have a problem. Let me just quickly try and sign in here. Okay, I know it seems very prepared when I was scheduled, but I wasn't prepared for chat not working. And I just want to try one thing now, and if it's not working, I think we're just gonna skip it. YouTube, blah 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 blah. Copy, yes. Copy. That's the chat box. So if I go down here, you shouldn't set this up on chat. Oh, wait. Okay, so I think I can see the old link. I can't show that, of course, but I can see that the old link here is for something called Chatbox V1. And now I'm putting in a link. No, that's something wrong. Something is wrong. This is not correct. Something is wrong. But that's the alert box. Jesus, it's the alert box. Sorry, I was just Yeah, it disappeared to black, but that's because I have to change the... But I could, of course, take on studio mode. I'll do that next time. So I'm not disappearing while looking... Yeah, another thing. Where is the... Don't we agree that there should be kind of a chat box thingy on Streamlabs? Okay, this is not at all what this stream should be, because I was actually a little prepared for some Enviro Sky stuff that we are gonna look into in just a moment. When I get this search chat box, come on, chat highlight. Chat highlight. Okay, that's another thing. So I can. Okay, that's not what I want to do right now. Hello, Bjorn Gaming. So, anybody here know where the chat widget have gone on Streamlabs? Because apparently it's not working. Yeah, it's a pretty crazy zoom. We can get even. But these two are just digital zooms in OBS. This one is actually camera zoom. Here, let me see. Yeah, something like that. That's maybe it's too much. The other one, that's too much. I would like to have the mic in here also. Anyway, where is the chat widget on Streamlabs? We're getting really bad from the start here, because this should be, as I said, I was pretty prepared for a virus guy thing. Zoom, yeah, but this zoom is fine, right? Okay. It's just annoying because I think the chat box I have here is looking pretty good. I use some CSS and stuff like that to make it look this dark thing. Okay. Maybe it's so obvious that I'm... Alert box? Chat box. Oh, Jesus freaking Christ. Okay. Got it. Okay, let me switch to studio mode so it shouldn't switch what you guys are seeing. So you should... Okay, it's the exact same. It's the exact same that I already had. I don't know. Okay, it's not working. Let's forget it. Let's move on. I don't want to play around with that right now. But then again, that's the weird thing about YouTube versus Twitch, because I'm, as you can see, very much for the YouTube live streaming. But one thing that is a little annoying is that stuff like these widgets, I don't think you can really test them. Really. Unless you actually go live and publicly, I think, because I can't get these chat messages in yeah, they're not showing up on these widgets unless I'm live, really live. Yeah. So maybe we should take a live where we just fix this. Anyway, let's get back to what this really is about. Hello, Bjorn Gaming. Plugin disabled? No, I actually found it. It was the biggest button that I missed, of course. Yeah, exactly. Let's move on. Skip the chat. Anyway, so as you might remember from previous live streams, such as I'm handling Bar Sky, I have been tweaking since last live stream. I have been tweaking and chatting a little with the Enviro Sky guys in their Discord to figure out how to achieve what I want to achieve. And my problem have been so far, and I might have a solution now, and that's what I'm gonna test out today. The problem have been that I could only seem to set the right light for either the day or the night. And then the opposite one was either too dark or too light. So like, I thought the per default the nights are too dark because it's a little too hard to see in the shadows. But if I change that one way to make it lighter, then the daytime becomes way too bright. And even though the Enviro Sky have some curves that can change stuff, you know, so you can have one setting at night and one setting at day to exactly fix this problem, I couldn't make it work, because now that I'm saying it, it sounds pretty good, pretty easy. But there's tons of, even though Enviro Sky 3 is much simpler than the old one, there's still tons of things that have effect on each other. For instance, if you set some of the lighting, some of the settings, there can be a weather override. So if you set the lighting to something, then depending on what weather you select, currently there's only one weather in the game, but then the weather have a modifier on that lighting thing. But anyway, let's take a look and it might make sense. So here we are. Let's open up. I have and I think, let me just check, I have no changes. Yes, so this is just how it is per default. And let's go back to, let's go to default. So let's go to the nighttime first, because as you can see here, I don't know how one of my monitors, this is super dark. I can see stuff, but it's very, very dark. On the other monitor, it's a little lighter. So of course depends on the monitor, but it's still too dark for my taste. When that's said, with this new way I'm doing it, I think I might also be able to make it so that modders can change the lighting of their custom maps. That's the goal. Because some maps might need to be very light. Some maps might need to be very dark, even at daytime. But anyway, one thing at the time. Let me get the built-in stuff to work first. So what I figured out is that, so now it's nighttime, and let's go to Enviro 3 here, and we go to this lighting thing, and then you can just tell me what to change here to fix it. And if that's not enough, then there's the sky settings here, and then we can go down here, and all of these have weather overrides for lighting and for sky, no, not the sky, but the lighting. Yeah, so you can see there's a lot of stuff you can change, but I think I figured it out. The issue actually is, I think after talking with the guy who made Enviro Sky, that the reason it's so dark now is because I made the sky pretty dark. Because I've had a lot of people asking me, because the last update of the game, the sky was actually too light, it was too blue. It would be nice to have it a little darker, because most fireworks looks great if the sky is fairly dark, almost black. So that's what I'm going for here, and you can see here at nighttime it's actually pretty dark. But that also makes, you know, stuff like this happen where it's completely dark here. You can't see anything, which is a little too much, I think. At least I would like to have the option, as the developer, to just make it just a tiny bit lighter. But I couldn't find that knob to change that. And The reason why is because right now the lighting in the scene, so this becomes me learning Enviro Sky, half tutorial Enviro Sky, and another half just trying things out, because I don't know if this is correct. But right now the ambient lighting is set to the skybox, and that means that the lighting in the map is based on the skybox, of course, and as the skybox is very dark, it also becomes very dark. So that's why I was thinking, okay, the ambient intensity should be lighter in the night. And the way as I have understood it, I'm not completely sure I'm correct, but as far as I understand it, most of these curves in Enviro Sky works like, this is like 12 at night. So here you can set the value at 12 o'clock at night. In the middle here, that should be 12 o'clock noon. And this should be, you know, well, basically 12 o'clock at night again. I'm not completely sure if this is correct understood, but anyway, let's assume this here is the night. So let's increase that to 3, just so it's kind of a lot and we should be able to see a difference. So you can see here, it's now way up here, and it made 0 impact. You can see in the background here. Let me make this a little smaller. Okay, why can't I? Okay. And you can see it made 0 impact. But if we, and the reason for that is, I think, is because this is kind of a modifier of the light intensity, and that modifies the base value of the light. And the base value, I think, is so close to 0 that even though I put this up on 3, you know, modifying with 0, modifying 0 with like 3 is 0, because it will multiply it and then it will be 0 anyway. So I think that's why nothing is happening without being able to explain it more than this. So, did I lost the entire chat here? It doesn't matter. You don't have to understand it. Just watch me either succeed or fail. That's fine. As a mod creator and as a player, you don't have any need to know anything about this. I'm just saying it because I assume the people who joined here have kind of an interest in knowing how things work, even though you might not understand it all. I don't even understand it all. Let's see if there's anything. Torch. We have a flashlight. Bloggen says, hey, let me just take the chat here quickly. Hey, hello, when are custom maps mode coming to be released? Well, that's what I'm working on. But before New Year's, of course. Hopefully beginning mid-December, I hope. So many things, so much to think about. Yeah, when he says about the moon color gradient, you can make the moon orange when it rises until it turns white. Joshua, I'm not sure how to say that, but that around the orange moon there, it can actually we can do something with the moon. We can also change the color of the moon, I think. And it actually change as it go over time, but we will get back to some of that actually in a moment, not for the moon but for the sky. Yeah, so let's get back here. So this doesn't work, and if I go to, so let's just try and set it back again. So now we take it back to 1.1. Let's go to daytime. It's very dark, very light. And if I take this up now to 3, you will see that it actually becomes brighter. And that's because, I think, it's because, you know, the middle value here, this tool is weird. I don't know why, but yeah. Anyway, So now the 0.5 is also higher. It's up on 2 or something like that now. So what I'm trying to say here is that this one actually works. You can see it's actually doing something, but not at nighttime, because what I said before. So what I think we can do, and I actually, now that I think about it, that's also how it was in the old version. We change the ambient light mode to flat. That gives us this little gradient here. So with a similar approach as before, where all the way to the left is 0 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at noon, 12 o'clock at night again. I am not completely sure how that 12 o'clock at night works. So I'm most likely missing something, but it's something like that. This means, and you could also actually see it turns a little more bluish now because this one is blue. If we now go back to 0 o'clock, clock at night, 0 o'clock at night here, 000, it's now very dark again. But now if I go in here and change, just for the fun of it, change it to red, see it starts to get a red tint. So I was thinking, if I set this to not completely dark, but just like very dark gray-ish, just something. Let's see, something like, okay, just 5. That's maybe 10. Is that too much? Something like that. And this one, that's a little bluish, so let's take that one also to, and I'm not sure we want that blue. Let's try it anyway. So now, hopefully when I adjust let's set this to 3 again, and nothing happens. Damn it. Okay, maybe it has to be, okay, maybe this is also good enough. I can do it this way. I'm still not getting, okay. Three and 0. Okay, so it actually have an impact, but maybe we don't need. Okay, so yeah, so it is a combination of this here. So let's make that 220, and let's make this 180, 80, 80. Okay, maybe that's way too bright. Maybe there's still something I'm missing. It then becomes very dark here at this point. Is that because we are, no, that's 6 o'clock in the morning. So fair enough. So you see, stuff like this is what I've been tweaking the last few days after work. Going back and forth, then resetting it, trying something else. Just to try and find something that fits and looks kind of okay. And it's really hard. And you can say, oh, does it matter? Yeah, I think it do. Because I can just feel it right away when it's not working. We have to destroy buildings for that. We need a mod that makes all buildings explode. Yeah, it could be fun, but it's not as easy as it might sound. But I have some plans to make not automatically things being destructible, but to add some components so that mod creators can hook up to the system I'm using in game, so they can create their own destroyed things, and then the system will, do its magic and then switch it out once it gets destroyed. But that's a different topic. Now the ambient sky. I'm not getting it. That's the direct light. These are clear sky modified. The clear sky is a weather, and basically it's this ambient thing I wanna have a little more of, so the shadow is not that dark. But I don't want to do it in the weather here, because that should be a modifier to a good base, and my base is not good enough, I think. The base lighting is not good, so I don't want to. So I put it back here again. You can't see that from my head here, but I put it back to 1.1 because I don't want to change. I want to have the game to have a good base lighting, and then the weathers, once we get to enable that, should have a modified the good base to either be darker or lighter or whatever. I'm not getting why it should be so light and still this dark. Ambient sky gradient. Now I'm just doing stuff here. So this is the lightest it can get. Oh. Okay. Let's again, as I mentioned before, always have your stuff in source control, because then you can always go in and go back, and then you are back to the starting point without destroying anything. So here we are back again. Thank you. And let's do it like that. And let's go in here and so now we're back to the beginning again. Let's go back to here and change it to flat and change this color and add needs to be that super light. No. But it's white now. I'm still not getting it. If this should be 12 o'clock, why is it? I understand the lighting is not that, but the ambient light here. And there's no changes when I do like this. I don't get it. Damn it! I was so sure this would be kind of just tweaking like a boss. This is of course way too light for a dark. So what if we go to maybe 0 and we go to 100. It's super light. Why is it so light? I'm not having it. So the sky is actually pretty dark still. Let's try with 4. And let's try and run it. But is it light at all? Oh boy. It should have been a little more bossy, where I just tweaked the stuff and then it was just like boom, perfect. But that's not how it is. That's rarely how it is. Oh, maybe I should disable a few maps so it load a little faster, and maybe only have one other map in. So, is it at all lighter now? Not anything. The good thing is actually in game it actually looks like it does in the editor, so that's good. I'm also noticing something else. Normally, okay, they do light up. Okay, that looks pretty good. That's okay. Okay, looks pretty good. Let's just go out and disable some maps, or some custom maps, just so we can reload quicker. By the way, scheduling a live stream had close to zero effect on how many people shows up. But hey, who counts? Let's go in here and let's say, okay, we actually only have these two. I don't know if you updated that, Kel'Thuzar, but let's get it again. Let's get this again, just because this freaking UI is not updating by itself always. Nah, let's only take in this one. And the reason I have your firecracker test in here is because then I always have some modded fireworks to test with too, to make sure that works. Let's just try and start this one up just for fun of it. By the way, see how fast it loads now. Of course, keep in mind that it's running in Unity, so it's always slower than it would be normally. But look at how quickly now it's loaded the scene, and now it actually loaded the mods, and then it's in. So, but it's actually okay. So it actually, I don't know if you changed anything. Maybe we should try your map here without me changing these settings, or we should just keep these settings. Pretty huge spike. Oh, zoom, nice. Let's try just to test out some modded fireworks in a modded map here, and let's try also. Now we have only adjusted the night, and I think this map looks pretty good. And it's also fair enough that, but you can see this, that's very shiny and very, but maybe that's also okay, because you know, in the morning and in the evening it gets these weird dark and very light times of day, so it might be okay actually. This might be good. Even though I don't like that. Okay, now, okay, now it's very dark. What time was that? Oh, but that also makes sense. We had one one point in the gradient where it was actually darker, so makes sense. Okay. But anyway, let's try this out here, even though it's very dark now, but let's see what happens. Woo-hoo-hoo! Nice. Oops. Perfect. And we also have some wind here. Perfect. Okay, perfect. By the way, could you hear the explosions here? Hopefully you could. I have to try this again. So like that. Not that one, that's too big. This one. Maybe some of these. Some of these. Some of these. Let's try again. Still have this problem of these dark. But that's something with the directional light. You can see these look white here, and here they're completely black. But actually it is a little realistic, because if you see some light and there's some smoke in front of it, it do actually becomes dark, right? Okay, anyway, let's try and change this. We might actually be onto something here. So you see here we have this. So this one was 100, 100, 100, and let's. Okay, so maybe this should be like 70, 70, 70. And this one should be, it's actually a little more bluish, so we could say 100, 110, 110. Let's keep it gray. Then we have this blue here. It should actually be a little lighter. We think something like that. Again, I don't really know. Let's try and take a look at the day here. Nighttime. It's not over lit. It does. Oops. So that is the darkest. Okay. Maybe we could take the darkest hour here a little down. 60, 60, 60. Boom. Then I think we might actually have something here. Oh. Why can't I hear that? Matibe, thank you for subscribing. Why didn't I hear that event? Just a second. Something odd going on with this. It was a coincidence. I saw that guy. Could you hear the this Tom Jones thingy playing? I also think there's something wrong with the chat, because I just see a lol chat now and it's just nothing happens. Where are you guys? Are you gone? Something is weird with this. Okay, we heard it. Okay, just not chatting. Let me just do something again here. So we do like this, and then we go to studio mode. I just need to check something. Da, da, da. Okay, you're still here. That's good. So you heard the music. Let me just quickly test something. Boom. Output. It should work. No, it's not. Okay. That's weird. That's weird. Anyway, okay, I have to look into that as a moment point. Sorry, I got distracted there. It's just very annoying, you know. I don't hear these okay, I have to check that at some point because this is weird. I don't hear it. Then I miss all these notifications. Anyway, getting back. Okay, so let's take the town here. I know it's... Let's take the... Okay, so maybe here is a good example because you might think, oh, it looks like we started. It looks like the same. Well, let's go over to the shadows here. If you remember from before, these shadows were completely dark before. Like pitch black. And you could argue that they might be a little too light now. So we might want to make it a bit darker. But let's try and let's see how it looks. By the way, look at the lamps, at the street lamps. Whoops. They shut off. Tiny little detail. But, okay, it actually looks pretty good now. The day here is kind of okay. It's in the morning. There's something with the fog, but that's another thing. It's a tiny bit flat looking, but that's the missing fog, I think. So then it goes down. Take a look again here. Hi. And then it becomes dark now because I would like to have a pretty right range of dark to light, because then, you know, players can easily with this watch don't care too much about the actual time, but more care about how it looks, so they can so you guys can set it to how you want it to look, you know, how dark you want it. So I actually think we need to make the night a tiny bit darker. So let's go here and let's take this one. So that was. Let's make this a tiny bit darker. Let's make it to 30, 30, 30. Oops. That's. This one can be a tiny bit darker. Oops. Now we are getting close to being where we started. That's it's too dark. It was too much. Let's say 50, 50, 50. That's a bit better. Again, it will vary based on your, of course, your bright settings on your monitor. And right now I'm getting this light directly in my eyes. If I was playing like this is a better fit. Okay, so okay, so it's a little now. It also looks a little more correct. And then we have the intensity here. The ambient light is fine. Direct light intensity. So this is okay. Let's take one thing at a time. Let's so now it's the ambient light we are thinking about, and that the ambient light is kind of, you know, in the shadows and stuff like that. Let's try. Let's actually try and get another. No, let's try some of the other built-in maps just to see how they look. Yeah, Ricky, better now, right? It's still dark. It should of course be dark because it's night time, but it shouldn't be so dark that you can't see anything. And again, you can see. Now you can see we spent we spent some time on OBS and live stream chat thing also, but 47 minutes now tweaking this, and the difference is actually very small, but at the same time also very big, you could say, because it's these minor things that people only notice if they are wrong, you could say. For instance, if I was seeing it and it's a subjective thing, of course, but I could just keep seeing it being too dark. This is a little better. It's dark, as it should be, you know. It is nighttime, so that's perfect. Okay, let's try and go out here and let's try the city, for instance. And here it also actually looks pretty okay. Over here is a little lighter on my second monitor, but that's fine. Let's try. There's some of these maps I think need to be updated, right, Keltusar, if you're still here, because we have done all these maps and are still tweaking it because we found some issues in them and stuff like that. Yeah, let's take this one again, this city one, just to make sure that also looks fine, because all the built-in maps, at least, well, generally all maps should be working with this base lighting thing. And now I'm also soon tired of playing around with lighting. Want to continue and do something more fun. But things takes time, you know. When you only have like 1-2 hours after work, not every day, but almost every day, things takes time. Okay, this also, it's kind of dark. Let me just see here without the light. It actually looks pretty cozy here. Looks pretty okay. Let's try and yeah, looks pretty good. See the light? Oh. Again, see the light here? Also these lights also. This one I haven't created, but this one is also turning on and off. Nice. Okay, that looks good too. At least I think it looks. Doesn't it look kind of okay with the lighting? Hello, glitch 3DL something. Hello. Let's try the flat map. I actually don't think I've tried that map for ages. Let's take a look. Yep. Looks good too. Yes, yes. While it switch, let's do like this. We like the dark sky again. Yes. Looks pretty okay too. Let's go out here. Yeah, that's what I do in my spare time. Oh, I forgot also the billboards in the city also lights. It turns on and off the light. I still miss a few lights in some of the maps, but I'll just add them as I go. That's also something that could be done on a stream actually. But right now let's keep focus on getting this light right. So this is the range. Yep. Cozy morning. Starting to look really nice now. Again, people who saw it like a week ago would say, hey, it's the same, but it's not. Then it goes down. Should be dark, and now it gets dark. Yes, yes. Okay, one thing we could do, I just noticed there, is that between 12 o'clock at night and it starts after 12 o'clock at night, it actually starts to become lighter right after. So see here, now already it's starting to become lighter. I think, oops, I think I would like to change that, because really it is dark kind of from, depending on where you live in the world and what time of year it is. That's another thing. There's also seasons in this Enviro sky, so they also have an impact on some stuff. So right now I think it's set to being winter. So if I change that, I think actually environment here. Oops. So we can see, yeah, it's winter now, and I could change it. So I think also that have an impact on, you know, how much light is there and temperature and blah 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 blah. Temperature change, but we don't want to play around with that right now. It's also impacted by the weather. So we actually have a pretty good setup now. So I would like to just check that in. So we have that tweaked amp changed. Oops, changed ambient light to flat and adjusted for better night, day, light, whatever. So I think what we can do, if we want to have the night to be a little darker, let's go over, let's take one here and let's go over here. So this was set to 50, 50, 50. This was set to, let's say that also to 50, 50, 50. So that means it should keep kind of the darkness all the way to, like, if this is 12 o'clock, it's like, should move it a little. Oops. I would assume it would keep the dark all the way to like 4, 5 o'clock, maybe, which at least in Denmark is a bit more correct. And again, it depends on where you are in the world and all that. Yeah, Ricky, 5 a.m. lighter, darker 7 p.m. 5 a.m. yeah, it gets lighter and dark 7 p.m. But it totally depends on where you are in the world and what time of year it is. In Denmark, for instance, it varies a lot. Like now here at wintertime, it gets dark around 4 or 5 o'clock, where in the summertime it gets dark around 10 or 11 o'clock at night. So it's a big difference. But anyway, these realistic things is not that important in a game like this. So I'm not so worried about that. I'm also gonna check off that change season thing. I just wanna keep it to the same. There's no need for that to change. So I'll just check that off in a moment. So here we are again. Let's take a look at the shadows here. They kind of look same. You know, they are dark, but they're not completely dark. So it's still like we had it before. It looks kind of okay. So now it should stay. Let's go to the shadows again, because that's actually where it's easiest to see. So it should stay dark until, yeah, what, 3, 4, 5 o'clock? 4, 5 o'clock? Let's follow this shadow here. Okay, maybe speed it up a little. And now, okay, so 3, 4 o'clock. It's actually too early. Again, too early for my... It's just so we have... Right now we almost... But okay, by having it this way, it, as I said before, it gives a broader range of dark and light that players can pick from. So that might actually make sense too. So now it's dark again and it goes all the way. Let's try and move it a bit more to the right. So let's move it all the way. Because again, if this is 12 o'clock, which I'm not super sure of, this should be kind of... there's something wrong. It's not completely as I'm saying here. I'm missing something. And then we also have the intensity to... That goes down. So that should actually... As the lights go up, intensity goes down. Anyway, let's check it out here. So now it's 4 o'clock. And then 5 o'clock, it's... Let's try this. So if I move this... okay. So now it's still dark here at 5 o'clock. And we don't have a completely dark. Or do... it's okay. It's okay, and then we go here. Slider this. You can also see the sky color. No, that's the ground horizon. It also starts around here. Yeah, okay. It's actually, I think it's okay. this is it. Keeping it like that. Boom. Check it in. More tweaking. Boom. Then let's quickly just remove that season thing because we don't want that. We don't want it to change because we just for fun try and change it to summer. Meaning I should, it will automatically change, and then I should just change it to, you can see that it's now it's July, and at least in Denmark that's summertime. So now it should behave a little different, but again, doesn't matter at all. But it do change the look of it. Anyway, so that's what I just want to take a brief look at the directional. Should I leave that? No, I think I'll just leave the no. We just keep the season here so it doesn't change, and then we save that. That and in the UK it gets darker after 4:30 p.m. now. It's winter. Yeah, it's the same in Denmark. If you are from UK, that's pretty much the same. We have summer winter time, so that also changed a little, but that's not the biggest thing. Okay, lighting again. What I want to play around with now is actually the light intensity here, because as this is under the direct lighting, I would like to change that a bit, because I think this have an impact on the smoke. You remember the smoke before? So let's do like this. It was very dark. So maybe we should change this to some dark blue, light blue, bluish color. Don't know where I can see this change actually. Not sure where I see this lighting. Let me think. We could also go with the dual one. Does that help anything? Okay, let's try and change one thing at a time. So we go here and let's try again, and then I want to throw some smoke in here and see if it still does this becoming super dark. That's an issue we had before, but I fixed it by turning up the direct light a little. Not so you notice it, but it was noticeable on the smoke. So I hope I've done the same now, but let's see. I had a MANIA 5 yesterday that changed the graphic, and when it went to Halloween mode, it had a big red moon. Oh yeah, the moon. We need to get back to the moon too. I also want to change the moon because to make it completely full, that could be fun also. Just to change that a bit also. Yeah, but we'll try that in a moment. Just want to see if this works. But a lot of these settings I'm setting over here, I guess I could add some stuff on the map definition so modders could change similar things. That could be kind of cool. So now we keep it at nighttime here, and then take some smoke stuff. Maybe it's just easiest just to, and also because that's most fun, just take these. I don't know if that's enough, but it could be fun to ignite them like this. just to have a more difficult way of igniting these. Basically, just want to see some smoke so I can see if it looks okay. So here's the smoke that looks okay. So from this side, you can see it's a little darker now when I go here. But if from the other side, please stay. Yeah, okay. I don't know if you can see the difference, but of course this is both yellow and white smoke and all that. But it's not. Before it was completely dark in the other map. When you saw it from one of the directions, where now it's a bit, of course it gets darker when you get against the light, but it's much better now, much better. And we have the wind taking it that way. We could also load up these just to get a little more stuff going on. Let's see. Maybe I should just have put one or two. So here again. Okay, so here again, now you can see the smoke is all white here. Maybe it's a little too much actually. But you can see, I can see the smoke all the way around. There's no angles where the smoke is gone. That actually, it's a little weird. I can see so much through it, but it's maybe also a pretty... Let's just pretend that was on purpose. And what happens if we go to daytime? It just stays. Yeah, it becomes completely white. Is it too white? No, it's not too white. It's just, it becomes a little bluish. But that's again the color. Let's see here. Ah, okay, now it's going away. Still some smoke going on here. Okay, but anyway, much better now. Yeah, turned off the shake, yeah. Okay, so... Okay. So, not this blue thing. Let's just go pure white and let's just go down here. Because I think this is actually the reason. So, we still want to go... What if we just take, like, say, 10, 10, 10... And this one, 10, 10, 10. Maybe it's too dark. But I think it was 0 before, so I think it's better now. Let me see. Okay, you can't see that there. Okay. We have to try one more time, just to make sure it's as it should be. So that's good. We fixed the night lighting. We fixed the day lighting. We fixed the smoke being too dark, and we did it all in the latest version of Enviro Sky 3. So we are on top of things. Perfect. Whoops. See you, Ricky. Nice you were hanging out here for, yeah, a long time, over an hour. But I will also be stopping soon because dinner is soon ready. And we actually completed stuff. Oh, that's good. Even though it started out with some chat but I have to look into that. The chat thing is not working, and I need the sound thing. I might have to go on go live just to try it out, because apparently it's not possible without, I think. Let's this time just take a few. this. Maximize this one. Okay, so it's white, it's white, that's fine, it's white. We can actually, we could live with darker color really. But I think, okay, what if we, okay. What if we pause it here? Then we can do some live tweaking here. So is this the one? Does that have an impact? Because it's 0.1 now. What if we set that to 0? It was 0 before, I think. Is that the one that does the trick? Nope. I don't know if these work when I do it like this. I'd have to try to set these back to 0. What if we step back? Nope. Okay, so it might be this one. Or maybe it's none of them. Wait, no! Damn it. Ah, hit the wrong button. Okay, we'll never figure it out. I don't know. I just wanted to know which one of these actually had the impact on the smoke. Because I only changed these two and this one. Okay, I'm gonna live with that. This one and then fixed dark smoke. Go. And who is saying something? Stop working now. MANIA XA stop working. Can we see a difference really? Because we can also go with a dual light setup here. Let's see if we can see a difference on that. No, we don't want to go with that. No change. Boom. Okay. So that was the, let me check here. So that was the lighting that worked fine. The smoke was fixed. Then I have some other stuff, but that's not related to this. No, I think that's the moon. Just for fun. How is that? That's the sky and the moon controls. And here we have the moon gradient. Now we're just gonna try it out just because you asked for it. But I'm not gonna keep it like this. Oh. And I can also change the scale of the moon. And I can also change the the moon face, how much of it is. You can't see that, sorry. So how much of it is like that, and I can change the scale of it. Let's try. Now it's like some Martian movie. Let's just try this, just for the fun. Just for the fun of it. And then I think we're gonna call it a day, because that's 1 hour nice stream. Started out with issues, but ended up with actually fixing what. So it ended up like, you know, tweaking environment sky like a boss, because I managed to do what I wanted. So that's nice. I should have some sound effects I could play here, but I don't. Do I? No, I don't. I had that at the old setup, but I don't have that anymore. So you have to believe me. So now we can just, this is just for fun. It's easy, guys, but there you have your moon. Boom. Let's do I have any buggy crash machine? Maybe not that one. Back up, I don't know what that is. Let's see what that is. Ah, okay, that's that one. Okay. Buggy. That's the same. Jesus Christ. Anyway, if we keep it like this, maybe Captain Sauce can get to the moon with his. I don't have that installed of that, but then he could get to the moon maybe. But even though it's bigger, it's not closer, so it's still. I think it's still impossible to get up there. But it looks weird. Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. I think we should call it a day, or call it a live stream. So this was the first scheduled live stream. It had zero impact on how many people showed up, but that also doesn't matter. I actually want to do one thing. You know, now we have the moon here in the normal one. I actually would like the moon to be blah 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 full, just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it. So like that, and then we can take the bright one, darker bright. Let's go with the bright. Now that's the moon. I like that better. Anyway, that's it. A little live stream. 1 hour and 18 minutes. Started out with issues with the chat not showing up. Still doesn't work. I don't know. I have to check that. Sound for alerts doesn't work either. Have to check that. But besides that, even though I had a hard time getting started with the environment sky, I actually ended up with having this with the ambient light set to flat, meaning I can control the ambient light intensity and color also. That also means I could, in theory, add an option to a map definition so that modders could change that, that gradient I made over here for this one. So they could make this one darker at night, and then they could make the day more red or green or whatever they wanted, and could also add this so they could change the intensity, for instance. Stuff like that is possible, maybe. I haven't tried it out, but now it at least works in the base game, so that's the starting point. Then we can also always expand, so modders can do more. Try out global snow. Yeah, but that won't be in this live stream. But I will try it out in a live stream. That could be fun. Without promising actually getting in the game, it could be fun to just test it out and see how it works. For the people who are interested in that. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for stepping by, and see you in the next live stream, scheduled or not. Let's see how we then end a scheduled live stream. But I think I'll just switch to the ending stream, and then I will try and figure out how to stop the stream. See you. Bye.